This week on Final Descent Outdoors, we travel to Henryetta, Oklahoma to tour the G&H Decoy Factory. Later in the show, they put them to the test with ice-breaking conditions. Woo! Final Descent Outdoors is brought to you by Danner Boots, Feather Flogs Ducks in a Row Camo, Countrymen Innovations, makers of the Jake Intimidator, and Covert Scouting Cameras.
All right, today, folks, we're going to be going up to Henryetta, Oklahoma, and we're going to be taking a tour of the G&H Decoy Factory. We're so pumped about being partnered with G&H Decoys and using their products. So we're going to load up. We're going to head up there and get a good look at the factory, see how they actually make these. They're made in America. Go up and get a good look at how these decoys are made. And in the last part of the show, we're going to be taking those decoys out and hopefully laying down tons of ducks.
So we get to the decoy factory and it really didn't disappoint. When you walk in the door, you can see history up on the walls from the 1930s when they started making decoys and they carved them out by hands to their latest models of goose and ducks. They've got a pond and a waterfall and a whole nother level to look down on everything, and flocks of geese from the ceiling, and really every decoy they make is out there so you can touch. You can take it out on the lawn, see what it looks like in the sunlight. It's all there for you to look at, and then they've got a display of their decoys and singles up there on the wall. It was a really cool showroom. It's actually worth a trip just to see their showroom.
Okay, so after spending some time in the showroom looking at all the ducks and geese they've made over the years, Duck comes in, which is a third-generation owner of G&H Decoys, and he takes us back for a trip of the factory to see how they're made.
That's cool. That's cool. He looked at me and I said, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. What's he looking at you for? He got you on?
I don't know why he's looking at me. That's the coolest part. I guess he thinks
we don't want him on there.
All right, so we start this tour off and we're following Duck through this factory, and you know, I was blown away actually by how big this operation is. I mean, I really had no clue the size of this place, but we get going in this in the factory, and we're going through, and we have one of our first stops is they've got all these ducks on these shelves, and there's these ladies, and they're all sitting on these benches, and they're actually hand painting every one of these decoys. I was blown away. I mean, I had no clue how this operation worked.
Retired there, worked there. How long did you work there? 30 years?
35 years.
We got the second generation.
Wow. And the third.
Yeah, third.
Wow. So your mom worked here, and then your niece. So it's just. Kind of a family operation, huh?
Family owned and operated.
That's
It's
right.
family owned and mine operated.
How about that?
The guy on the camera gets my face for one more time. I'm gonna.
You gonna pop him?
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us exactly about this being hand painted.
Yeah, actually, the girls take a brush. Each individual bar is put on by hand. It's every one of them is different. Right. Every marker is different. That's the new spectrum belt, or otherwise known as white front boots.
Right. Wow. Yeah, tell us about, you know, what.
This is our newly designed Magnum Canadian Hawker shell. It has the 9/16 square, which allows our new motion stake to be installed in it. And the wind actually moves it. Gives it that wobbly action. That's the new pattern which came out.
Looks good. And that's what gives them this realistic look, is that these things are hand painted. This isn't something that's done by a machine. These ladies are actually doing it by hand. We continue on. We actually got to see the molds and how they're all put together and how that all comes about. And it was really just a phenomenal trip as we were walking through this, because I had no clue how any of this was done.
This segment has been brought to you by Central States Trailers and Big Game Gear.
Hi, I'm John Stallone of the Hunting Channel Online, and if you're looking for a place to hunt monster bucks, look no further than Illinois' Extreme Whitetails. These guys have got it all. Great food, great lodge, great people, and best of all, big boys like this. If you mention this commercial and use your Hunting Channel Online membership, you'll save 10% on your next hunt. So give these guys a call, and we'll see you out in the field.
Is this how you transport your harvested game? You wouldn't take a T-bone, throw it in the back of your truck, and then drive 30 miles down a dirt road and then throw it on a grill, would you? Hey, if you're gonna eat it, be careful about how you treat it. The trophy bag is a state-of-the-art thermal insulated bag for the transportation of your animal. The Trophy Bag Cooler, the cleaner, neater solution for transporting harvested game or aging meat. To get yours, go to trophybagcooler.com or these fine retailers. You know that Murray State College in Tishomingo, Oklahoma is one of only 4 schools in the entire United States offering a gunsmithing program? The 2-year program will give you all the knowledge you need to work on any gun on the market. Don't have time for a full semester of classes? Ask about their summer NRA gunsmithing courses. Small classes, great facilities, and great instructors will give you the tools you need to be a professional gunsmith. Life's too short. Why don't you do something you love? Murray State College. From here, go anywhere. All right, like we said before, this place is so big. This factory's just giants. We're following duck through this maze. I'm pretty much lost in the place. And we kind of make a corner and we turn, and now we're in the warehouse, and it's just rows upon rows upon rows of G&H decoys, shipping out to Cabela's and shipping out to, all these retail stores are ready to go. And I was blown away by the operation. This is one of the cool things about G&H, is that they are one of the only you know, American-made companies left. You know, everybody else is sending their stuff overseas to be made. It's not. They're made right here in Oklahoma, within the United States, made by Americans. And as you can see, that's what sets these decoys apart, is the fact that these things are handcrafted. They're well taken care of, and you know what? They're made right here in the United States. And you guys also remember, you get what you pay for. It was really an awesome tour, and we came back out to the showroom and, you know, got to spend, you know, a little bit of time, you know, interviewing and talking with Duck, which is really, you know, for Duck and his family are really a part of history when it comes to decoy making.
We've got the live mount here. Training the girls to put those bars on by hand. See, that's something nobody else does.
Right, so you're actually have taken and be able to show people to come in here and be able to look, all right, look at the realization that you have here.
Compare apples to apples, see?
Right.
And that's where they train. I mean, we don't come here all the time, but we'll have a little school here for the painters to get an idea of what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, well, can't get any more realistic than, than that right there. Right.
We got them hanging up over here. We take them down there once in a while.
Right.
Keep our colors matched.
Right. Yeah, well, that's a great resource that you got in here. Not only is it just for looks and this really a unbelievable showroom, but you've got
that decoy there was made in 1940.
Really?
Yeah, the Henryetta, and that's what started Henryetta as being the decoy capital of the world. What happened was, back in the, before I was born, in the middle of, I was born in 34, the guy, my dad had a hobby, and my grandfather had a hunting hobby. They discontinued using live birds for decoying birds. They go out and cripple a goose, nurture it back, feed it good, and take it out and put a cord on it, put it out in the field. By the time the geese flew away to yank it, it was tied down. Decoy man, they outlawed that. The federal government did in 1934. That's when Dad and them started making decoys. And this guy wrote a letter, didn't have a telephone number or anything. G&H Decoy, and he wrote to the Henryetta post office. He says, "Dear postmaster, please deliver this letter to the Henryetta decoy manufacturer." And that was the first time Henryetta was known as the decoy capital of the world.
Wow.
That's how it started in 1934.
Right. And you guys have been doing this ever since, and just watching how it's grown. And like you said, you guys now are the only American-made.
We're one of the only.
One of the
only. A few small companies around, but we're one of the major American-made decoys left.
Right.
And I've been here as third generation. I've been around since grass has been growing myself. Not dirt, but grass.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Not as old as dirt, but at least old as grass.
Grass, yeah.
Right.
As far as I can tell. Yeah.
The factory tour was over, and we brought our trailer up there with us, and Duck really did us right. He sent us home with more decoys than we could use with ducks and geese, and we were looking forward to get them out in the field and seeing what they could do.
All right, so this first hunt we're going to be jumping into, I didn't actually get a chance to go on this hunt. These guys are heading to my old stomping grounds, Allen, Oklahoma. It's where I graduated high school. Had a buddy out there, Britton Lewis, who called me up and said, "Hey man, I found a bunch of ducks. You need to get over here." The only problem is my wife is pregnant, and we're expecting a beautiful little girl at any time. So I know that I can't go because I want to stay married, and I know if I go on this hunt, I may not be married when I come home. So Landon, Clayton, and Preston are going to load up. They're heading to Allen, Oklahoma for a duck hunt. They're going to be hunting on a watershed that's going to be surrounded by 2 soybean fields and a cut corn field as well. And so got a lot of food sources, supposedly a lot of ducks. But the problem is it is cold, folks. I mean, we're down into the teens, the pond's frozen, but that's not going to slow the guys down at all.
I'm ready. Let's do this. Do it.
Take these, take these.
what I'm talking about.
Kill him.
Put the smack down. Edgar.
Hey, hope you enjoyed that hunt as much as we did. We were done in just about an hour and had 3 limits of nice ducks here. We got a mixed bag. That last bird was a pintail and some mallards and a lot of gadwalls. Got a widgeon stuck in here. But great morning. It was 10 degrees when we got out here. We busted ice and set out our G&H decoys, and I haven't seen birds decoy any better than they did right there. So hey, that was really exciting. Got some great footage and good shooting, guys. Good shooting.
Oh, Landon, he had the triple.
He had the triple.
He's hammering them.
Yeah, I saw that. He got 3. But anyway, I had to bust ice to get ducks. Had to bust ice to put our decoys. But man, what a great hunt. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. Thanks for joining us. We're Landon and Preston. Clayton Edgar, and we're Finalists in Outdoors. And thanks for tuning in.
This segment has been brought to you by Trophy Bag Cooler and K&K Custom Guns.